Okay, good afternoon everyone. For cash manager and account receivable and investor 1, investor 2. Welcoming to annual meetings of Farmfresh Sdn Bhd. As you are aware, Farmfresh is facing liquidity challenge that need our immediate attention. I have reviewed our liquidity ratio for 2022 compared to 2021. And here are the key findings. First, current ratio in 2022 is 1.20 and in 2021 is 0.14. Although there is some improvement, both values are far below the ideal benchmark of 1.0. This means that we don't have enough current assets to cover our short-term liabilities. Number 2 is quick ratio. In 2022, the quick ratio is 0.06 and in 2021 is 0.07. This small decline shows that we are increasingly reliant and on inventory to cover short-term liabilities, which is not ideal. Number 3 is cash ratio. In 2022, the cash ratio is 0.05 and in 2021 is 0.004. Although there is a slight improvement, the ratio is still too low, indicating that we lack sufficient cash reserve for immediate obligations. This ratio reflects a clear need to address our liquidity positions. I will now hand over to the cash manager to provide more insight into our cash flow situations. Cash manager, please come here.
Thank you, Dr. Khairul, who as a CFO. So I'm a cash manager. My name is Faris. So, after reviewing Farmfresh cash flow statement, I have identified several areas of concern. First is the delay in flows. Customer payment are taking longer than expected, which is restricting cash availability. Second is a high outflows. Operating costs remain high, especially in areas such as inventory management and overhead expenses. Additionally, some on non-essential capital expenditure could have been deferred. And lastly, it is a net cash shortfall. As a result, we are experiencing a consistent cash deficit, making it challenging to cover our immediate obligations. So we propose to do like reduce operating expenses to identify and cut non-essential expenditure to conserve cash. Next is accelerate inflows to focus on quicker customer payment through improved collections. And lastly, we should do a secure short-term financing, like consider option like short-term loans or extended payment terms with supplier to ease cash flow pressures. Now I will pass to the account receivable manager to discuss about credit policies and collections.
Thank you, Mr. Emir. Okay, one of the key factors affecting our liquidity is delay payment cycle. Currently, Farmfresh allow customers up to 60 days to pay their invoice, but around 30% of payments are delayed even beyond this period. This delay is putting significant strain on our cash flow. Here are my recommendations to improve collection. The first one is tighten credit terms, which is reduce the credit period 60 to 45 days for new contracts. The second one is introduce early payment incentives, which is offer a small discount such as 2% for customer who pay within 10 to 15 days. And the last one is streamline collection. Automate reminders for overdue invoices and allocate additional resources to the collection team. Implementing this measure will help shorten the payment cycle and improve cash inflows. I will now hand it over to the investor relations officers to discuss communication strategies and stakeholders.
Thank you, Mr. Shakir. Effective communication is critical to maintaining the trust of FarmFresh stakeholders, particularly during challenging times. Here is the purpose communication approach. First one, transparency. Acknowledge the liquidity challenge but emphasize that they are temporary and manageable. Second one is highlighting proactive measure. Communication, the action we are talking, such as optimizing expenses, improving collection, and seeking short-term financing. Build confidence. Reassure stakeholder that this step will stabilize the company and set the foundation for future growth. It is important to frame this situation as a proactive effort to strengthen FarmFresh rather than a sign of instability. I will pass to my partner, Investor Relationship Officer 2.
Thank you for the Investor Relations Officer 1. So we're going to some point, which is we should focus on reassuring stakeholder by emphasizing our long-term stability. Here are a few strategies to consider. First one is share financial projection by provide stakeholder with a clear timeline for improvement in the cash flow and liquidity ratio, demonstrating how our measure will yield result. Second one is emphasize the company resilience, highlight FarmFresh track record of overcoming challenge and maintaining market competitive. Engage stakeholder directly, consider hosting a meeting with key investors to address their concern, answer questions and provide a detailed action plan. By communicating our strategy clearly and confidently, we can maintain the trust of our investor and partner.
Okay, thank you all for your insight and recommendation. To summarize, here is our actions plan. First is tighten credit policies and encourage faster payment strokes incentive. The second is cut off different non-essential expense to conserve cash. The third one is communicate openly with stakeholder to maintain trust and confidence. The last one is explore short-term financing option to bridge the immediate cash flow gap. Each of you will take responsibility for your respective areas, and we will reconvene in 2 weeks to review our progress. Let us work together to ensure FarmFresh neighborhood remains stable and resilient. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.